I was tagged in the minimalist tag by the lovely Leanne Rose, whose YouTube channel I will leave down below. And the idea of this tag is to pick a few books under different categories. If you only could pick a few books that fell in these categories, which books would you pick? That's the basic premise, I believe. The first category is favourite book, which is almost like picking a favourite child, but I did it. I mean, I wouldn't say this is my forever favourite or anything, I just thought, yeah, that's a good one. It's Billy and Me by Giovanna Fletcher, and it's a bit of a chick lit book, but this is one of my favourite books. Not necessarily of all time, again, but I do like it. The second category is modern classics, well, just one, and I'm picking John Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men. Even though I've done it twice in school, in the same school as well, so not very many years apart, I do quite like the book. Modern classic? The next book category is non-fiction, and for that I have picked The Mind Management Program for Confidence, Success and Happiness by Dr. Steve Peters. I decided to read this because my mum borrowed it off someone else and it was helping her, and she was talking about naming monkeys in her mind, and I was like, are you okay, mum? The next category is classic, and I'm hoping this falls into it because I think Leanne put this book down too, and that is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I use this for school, as you can sort of tell. It's weird that I'm picking books from school when I used to dislike being made to read. I loved reading, but if I was forced to read something, I really didn't like it. Rebelling, apparently. I'm kind of cheating here because I don't think this is a graphic novel. The Enormous Crocodile by Roald Dahl. I just thought that it was so cute. I remember loving this book. A book by an author you cannot live without. Now, I've actually not read any other James Dashner. So The Maze Runner by James Dashner is my pick, by the way. But if there was no James Dashner, there would not be the rest of this series, and I need to read the rest of this series. So I feel like this is a little loophole. By what I've read here, I cannot live without him. Because as you can see by my first favourite book choice, it's a romance and very girly, and a lot of what I've read is like that, but this isn't, and I like that I branched out into something like this. My favourite series would have to be the Louise Renison series about Georgia Nicholson, Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging, and so on. These books are lovely shades of colours. These are some of the books that got me into reading. I mean, Jacqueline Wilson was the main one. Well, the initial one as a kid. And then I got into the sort of young adult, I can kind of relate about boys and things, even though none of the things happened to me. Just, I mean, interest in boys and growing up. And they were cute. The next category is a book that no household would be complete without. And I was going to be a smart ass and try and find a dictionary, but I don't know if I have one. So I picked 500 Words You Should Know by Caroline Taggart, and I haven't actually read all of it yet, but it's nice and interesting. No, nice. It's interesting to dip in and out of. I'm running out of battery. A pretty cover. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. Super excited to read this when I do, but look how pretty it is. The penultimate book category is a book to be read / on your wish list. Now, I have books that I've bought and would love to read, such as this one that was recommended by Leanne in her tag, but this one's a little bit of a one which we will glaze over, and it's Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling and the rest of the series because I've not actually read it. Okay, moving on. And the final book category is a young adult choice. I have gone for Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. It was a tie between this and Fangirl, still by Rainbow Rowell, but I think I will opt for this one because I do love the alternating points of view between Park and Eleanor. That's it for this video. Go ahead and do the tag if you want to, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Now, this is kind of difficult because to pick a favourite book is like picking a favourite child. Ah! I almost killed them all.